All right, guys, we're dyeing traps today. One of the last big things I got to get done here before season starts. So I'll kind of give you guys a look around at what we got going on here. I've showed you guys this before, but this is just the jig that I hang all my traps on. Got a whole bunch of screws on there that I'll hang them from. Trying something new this year. I cut a 55-gallon drum in half. I'm gonna try and dye in that this year. I got a feeling I'm gonna be able to dye a little faster than that. Got a whole pile of 220s here that I got all rusted up real nice. Power washed them off when I got them out of the box, and as you guys saw, I double swiveled all of them too, so they got a nice coat of rust on them. Then I got some DPs over here that I'm dyeing too. Got them used. They're white, and I don't like the idea of white traps in a road ditch. So we're gonna dye them pretty dark, but it's kind of what we're dealing with here, guys. We'll see how I want to do this video. I'll kind of show you guys what I'm using. I use Formula 1 for you guys that were here from last year know, but I'll show it again this year, how I mix it up, and we'll get to dyeing traps. Alright, you guys, so here's what I'm using. I got to be careful because I cracked the lid open already. Formula 1, I go with the black. I really like how it turns out, but you just mix this with water and it works pretty good. I used to use speed dip, and to be honest with you, personal choice, I did not like it. The smell, and it just did not stick on there at all. So we're gonna get this lid popped off of here quick, and I'll show you guys kind of what it looks like when you get it real thick. I'm gonna use that stuff that's on the lid too, but here's what we're dealing with. Basically like Jello almost. We're just gonna mix this with some water. I don't know if it'll pick up. I got a bucket over there of stuff left over from last year too. So with that, we'll get her mixed up here, and we'll get to dipping traps. Dump ourselves another 5-gallon bucket of water in here. Should give us a pretty good ratio once we dump this other bucket of dip in here. So I already got it on my hands too. We'll dump this jar of beautiful dip in here. And from here, I'm going to rinse out this can to get all the rest of that dip out of there. So, and the lid. I'm going to. Now I need something to mix it with. Got this stick here. It actually looks like this is probably what I dipped with last year too. Just stir this up. I'll kind of give you guys a look at what we got going on here after I get it stirred up here. I might thin it out a little bit more even. We'll see how it goes after the first couple traps I do. This all stirred up there. All right, let's run our first batch of 220s through here and see what happens. I got all my 220s wired in groups of 3 for this year. I'm hoping that it's going to speed me up a little bit instead of doing each individual one. So with that, we'll just dip them in there. Get them nice and dyed. That rust is really taking that dye pretty well. You guys can tell they're starting to get pretty dark already. Give them another dip here. Pull them out, and those bubbles will come off there, guys. That's the only thing that kind of frustrates me with this kind of dye, is all those bubbles. But that's what happens when you're slinging a bunch of traps through here all the time. So we'll start running them through. Got a bunch more to do. Just to kind of give you guys a perspective of my point of view of what's going on here. For one, I should have put these 220s in a pile a lot nicer than I did, but that's fine. See if this bundle wants to cooperate. There we go. But just taking a bundle of 220s here, you guys can see what the mix is looking like. I'm gonna get those 220s fully submerged all the way up to the tag. I don't want to get those tags in that water. Then you can see when they come out versus when they went in. They look pretty nice. So from there, they get hung up and we're ready to battle the rest of the pile. All right, y'all, we're wrapped up on the 220s here. They're looking pretty good, especially being as, you know, they started like that and went to nice and dark like this. So happy with how that went. Time to get to those DPs now. So get the camera set back up here. All right, guys, I actually went through and did another coat on the 220s. I already filmed the outro video, so gonna be kind of unorganized, if you will, but I figured I'd just tell you guys I actually did double dip them because I ran that thinner than normal. So the ending clip of this video isn't actually the end, but I don't feel like filming another one, so I'll show you guys what they look like after double dipped. I'm a lot happier with how they turned out after the double dip than the single. A lot darker now. Just makes me feel a little bit better about it. Kind of a personal preference, but anyways, now y'all will see the outro video. One last thing too, guys, is I save all this leftover dip for the next year. You guys saw me dump some dip in there out of this bucket earlier. I save all this stuff. As long as you keep it pretty airtight, it won't evaporate away or nothing, and it's good for another year. So just another thing too, guys, save a couple bucks. If you got leftover stuff, by all means, save it for the next season. All right, guys, we got two more things of DPs to go, and we'll be done here. Well, I guess I got another thing of 220s too. So you guys are gonna see me dip all these here. We'll go hang these DPs up real quick. I will say that this dip, you know, these traps were bright white. Not much rust on them, but they were bright white. And now they're kind of a darker grayish tint, which I'm happy with. I just didn't want them to be that bright white. I did mix my dip a little thin this year, just so I could get all these traps done. I knew I had a lot of stuff to do, and the fact of the matter is, dip ain't cheap anymore. So we'll make do though. I mean, all this is going to work perfectly fine. Got that last little bundle of 220s here, if I can find that wire and dip them through there. You guys can see I got just enough left in here to get them 220s fully submerged. Shake them out, and we'll go hang them up. And just like that, guys, we are done. Dyin for 2023-2024 season is over. We got a rack full of traps there, that's for sure. I think we just did 250 traps or so, something like that. It took me, I'd say, about an hour. It took me longer to get all the traps wired up and ready to go more than anything else. Yeah, guys, looks good. I'm happy with it. Just give you guys one last look here. The DPs aren't jet black, but I mean, they're definitely a lot darker than they were. And all the 220s look beautiful and they're ready to roll. So we'll let this stuff dry out here for about a week or so, and then all them springs are gonna get compressed and long pogos will get put on, and before too long we'll be rolling, guys. There's gonna be some scouting videos coming up very, very soon. We'll start scouting here in October, but I want to lay out a tentative water line based on how the creeks are looking starting this week. So you guys should see some film from me this week, out looking at some creeks and stuff, if I can find any water. We're so low on water right now, guys, it ain't even funny. But the blue drum idea worked great. Traps are dipped for this season. Thanks for watching, guys.